Okay, so mine is to first of all commend Citizen, because I hear the family, when they realize that the DNA testing has taken so long, they decided to look for media houses, and you were the one that heeded the call and covered the story. And when you covered the story that same night, the investigator who was assigned to this case, from the time he took the case to the time he took the DNA, they took the DNA, it was only after 1 month of Citizen putting the story on air that he actually called them and said, go and pick up your body, the child is yours. Now, this baby disappeared on the 11th. On the 12th, a baby was found murdered somewhere, far from the area. So whoever killed and murdered this child took her to a different distance, burnt her, and actually threw her on a piece of land. All right? So I think the police should have a coordinated effort. So you know that the description of a seven-year-old girl has been given as missing in this area, and it's found in another area. Why did it take until the 15th for the mother to be told, go to City Mortuary, we found a body? And they found it on the 12th. And she's anxious, and she's going to the police station. So don't they have a coordinated way of saying, we found a baby, is there anyone with a report of a missing child, we found a dead child? And then you coordinate it. But there was no coordination from the police. Second thing, from the time they took the swab for DNA testing, they never called the mother. They never went to see her. I've got the reports. I've been given the reports, handwritten reports, the next day, only because of the triggered coverage by Citizen. So for me, I want to say thank you for the media for doing a positive thing, because of your story, the mother was told, go pick your baby. All right, that is your baby, it's confirmed. But I want to see the DNA. I want to know where was that DNA done. I want to see the results, because what I saw actually suspicious. It's almost like they saw it on the media, let's just come up with a report, let's just get the baby out. The mother knew that same day that this is my child on the 15th, because she saw the sweater. You know how sweaters pass from generation to generation. The auntie's child had used that sweater before, then they gave it to Mwende. So the sweater was on that little girl. So they said, this is our baby. But then the father said, no, it's not my child. So that's when a DNA sample was required. And the father never gave a swab. I wonder why. I think these investigations have been wanting, right? And I will see the DCI personally, because I'm actually really appalled. This is the way we let ourselves down, because we are not taking this serious. It's a little girl taken from her home, raped, killed, burnt beyond recognition. I mean, surely, how can you not be empathetic enough to actually be in touch and visit the mother? Don't we have that compassion? So there's a problem there. So today, you know, we have laid the girl to rest. The mother comes from Kisii County, but the family was really in, they don't have the money. So what we decided is they wanted to bury the baby in Langata. So we brought Mwende here today. We've taken care of all the funeral expenses. You know, the family is now going to be able to at least have some solace that their little one is not in a mortuary. She's actually buried in Langata. But the peace will come knowing what exactly happened to our little girl. As they say, there's surveillance cameras everywhere. Is it so difficult to trace how this baby moved from this area to that area? No. Is it so difficult? And there's been so much said on this case by the family members that the police are completely ignoring. Yeah. Is it because it's not a personality? It's not somebody rich and wealthy. Would you have done the same if it was a child from Runda or a child from Muthaiga? I mean, this is a child from Imara Daima, Briara Ward. So village. So why are we having such laxity? What I want to understand, why are we having that laxity? All right. I think the DCI and the police have acted very badly. Now the area is very densely populated. Mothers are worried. Single mothers have said they're worried about their children. Children are everywhere. The houses are too small, you know, and that's why we need the affordable housing program. So I feel that at this stage in time, we need to beef up the security in the stations around that area, because it's not enough security. We need to have night and day patrol so that we know and we see things. All right, because obviously, Mwende's death, we need justice for Mwende. We need justice for Mwende. To say many, justice for Mwende. Justice for Mwende. We need justice for Mwende. We need justice for Mwende. Single mothers, justice for Mwende. Justice for Mwende. Mama yetu Passaris, asante kwa kuja. Yes.
Probably, what is the status now of the case?
Let me tell you, by the way, I tried to